provide a guide on how to talk to a girl in a step-by-step manner.
Whether you're a girl or not, here I am, you relax. Today, I'm going to bring you the quick guide on how to go about telling another woman that you want to go out with her. All right, my dear ones, let's start from the beginning. Step number 1, take the initiative, do it. Here is closely linked to step 2, which would practically be that it's good for you to know her sexual orientation, but this doesn't always happen. Not all lesbian, bisexual, or pansexual women in the world necessarily have a gender expression as homosexual as mine. Not all of them, and that's fine and very nice because it's part of this beautiful diversity. But if you don't take the initiative and don't ask her out, sister, you'll never know if it's a yes or a no, right? Do you understand me? Because I read those messages a lot. I read them. Even if you don't believe it, I read them. And it always makes me smile. It's like it's telling me yes. It's like that. It's like what? It's also a sign, be cautious that your signals aren't due to excessive liking. You might misread the signal as friendship. For instance, how can you tell if she's not interested? If she has a boyfriend or girlfriend, or if she consistently refers to you as just a friend without any indication of further interest. The most crucial thing is that the initial step would be to confidently ask her out on a date. There are various types of outings you can plan. Avoid obvious choices. Ask her for a coffee date. I suggest setting the date for 6 p.m., but only if you've already asked her out and she's agreed to go. They are at the museum. They are on a picnic. They are listening. It can't be a concert of relaxing music so they can chat. What is going to happen, my dear, is that if there is chemistry between the two of us, there will be small frictions. There will be those little glances that make your stomach flutter. There will be, well, some closeness like, oh, Rosetto brushing against my cheek as we watched this Picasso piece. There will, of course, be awkward moments, moments of silence where both don't know what to say, where both don't know which way to go, and that's okay. Take advantage of those kinds of moments to make that first date an unforgettable memory. For example, it could be that your battery dies and you end up going to find a mechanic and getting on a truck in the middle of Michoacan. That's fine, that's nice. Those are things that can enhance and give you a much lovelier story of your first date. Next query my beloved Govett has, how can you determine if she also has a preference for girls? Okay, here comes point number 3. Point number 3 is it would be very helpful to know what her sexual orientation is. In these times, it's much easier to know if a person is gay or not gay thanks to the blessed and beautiful social networks. Always, sis, find a way to ask with interest. No, search for it there. Probe it a bit. Don't investigate with bad intentions. Just do a nice inquiry. Now, if you find that the person has a sexual orientation like yours, then you've done it. But what if not? Well, do not get upset, sister, because it could be that you have found a great, great friend. So, okay, I know that the ideal for everyone is to fall in love and find that person who makes our heart beat, but it is also wonderful to find someone who can be your great friend and bring joy to your life.
How to make her realize you find her attractive romantically, not just as a friend.
How do you make them realize that you like them in a flirtatious way and not in a friendly way? Practically being honest and telling her how pretty you are. It's not the same as if I go with a friend and say, cool, you look so pretty today, because in my tone of voice, there's an indication of 0. And another thing is if I say, wow, you look so pretty today. If you're the one who wants to approach another girl and you want to let her know that you have romantic interest in her, inform her of your feelings. Simply and straightforwardly utilizing the appropriate words, employing your gestures correctly, a slight smile, It's very easy to show someone else that you like them. The problem is that we are very afraid to show what we feel. Now, if you invited her, if you hinted at her, if you told her like, hey, I like you, then here there is a somewhat romantic interaction and they are already on the date. Baby of love, this is the moment for you to utilize all your tools of conquest. And something very important that I do want to tell you is that it will be crucial that we do not duplicate or replicate sexist behaviors. What does this mean? I pay the bill, my dear, or I open the door for you, but with an attitude of dominance. The cool thing about being in a woman-to-woman relationship is that we don't have to conform to any conventions. So if you try to handle this date from a much more free, much more relaxed perspective, I promise you that things will flow better. Another thing that can also happen is that None of this exists. That there is no chemistry, no interaction from her side, that you feel uncomfortable, that she clearly wants to leave. If this occurs, don't worry, my love. One of the key things I always emphasize is the need to overcome the fear of rejection, as we are often conditioned to expect effortless success and universal approval. Life is also a series of disappointments, and that's okay. If it turns out that the girl you're dating, well, it doesn't really click the first time, I would recommend, because it has happened to me, to have another date. If you see that she rejects you, my love, it's over and you continue to look for another person. One of the things that I have read a lot and repeatedly in the messages you send me is Diana, but she sends me mixed signals. She appears suddenly, disappears suddenly, but let's see. If the person sends you confusing signals multiple times, whose problem is it, my love? From the person who sends you confusing signals 4, 5, 6, 7 times, or yours for being there 4, 5, 6, or 7 times, putting up with that kind of behavior? So, in short, my dear bold sisters, my dear shameless ones, lesbians, bisexuals, pansexuals, or whatever your sexual orientation may be, simply put, 1, let her know what you like. Yes, in an obviously romantic way. Number 2, ask her out. I suggest choosing a place where you can later invite them to go somewhere else, maybe for a beer, and perhaps extend the dinner a little. Number 3, during the date, try and let it flow. If it doesn't flow, that's okay too. And number 4, if the first 3 worked, sister, you are on a date with a woman and you accomplished it spectacularly. Well, it is that simple, ladies and gentlemen. We are not from Mars or Venus. Women are precisely like any other individual. Remove fear of rejection, remove fear of, oops, what if she's straight? Well, not a big deal. What a father that a woman with all decency, with all education wants to court me, even though I may not like them, you know? As long as you handle it from a very healthy, polite and loving side, then don't worry, break free from these fears, approach women. If you like someone, be clearer with your emotions, feelings, and I believe that by being clear and honest, we can prevent future generations from struggling with how to know if a woman liked them. If a woman likes you, she will let you know, and that's it. As simple, quick, easy, and straightforward, we have reached the end of this video, Renata. I truly hope to have resolved your doubts, answered all your questions about how to know when a woman likes you. But well, babies of love, of life, of all the most wonderful things in this world, there it fell. I'm leaving now, but as always, like every moment of my life, I send you lots of kisses, behave badly, but take care, and see you in the next cheeky video. Farewell.